Yes, here we are, and it's the earliest part of April, and this is the first meet and greet, I gather, with the entire group, or at least the group that's assembled so far?
Well, actually, it's the second. We had one back in the fall when all the directorates were filled and we had the deputies and started assembling the chairs. So this is our second one now that we have all our chairs in place, or let's say 90%. And the big component is the 27 sport chairs, so those positions have been filled. So we just thought, it's time to get everybody together, and now that the planning is well underway and there's a lot of interface work, it's best time to get people to put faces to names and get to meet each other other than through email or phone calls. Yeah.
So there is an event tour or a venue tour coming up the end of the month?
Yes, there's going to be a venue tour, so everybody, the directors, are going to be able to see the venues firsthand and get a feel for the layout. That will help us as we move forward in the sport chairs, laying out their venues, having a layout plan as to where everything's going to be located, and it will help all the directorates ascertain as to where they can put their stations, such as medical and security and things like that, so they have more familiarity with the site.
Any kind of a feel for how many volunteers are going to be required all told to put on the event?
Oh, we're expecting 1,200 plus volunteers, so it's going to require a lot of people to put this together, so we put on a great show, but not only that, offer safety and as much convenience as possible.
Now, what about the number of actual participants, sports participants?
Until registration closes at the end of June, we don't have a good number on it. We are estimating, because we have 27 sports, we are estimating in the neighborhood of 3,500 participants.
Wow. So I guess the economic impact on Vernon and the Okanagan for that weekend or for that week may be quite substantial, right?
Well, it will be. It will be for the 4 days or more. If people arrive early, stay late. We hope they will. Once they come to the Okanagan, I'm sure they'll want to stay more. And so we're looking at the economic impact will be $3.5 million and upwards of that. And it's a great benefit for all the communities involved, such as the City of Armstrong, Township of Spalmachine, which is their 125th anniversary, same as Vernon's. And also all our neighboring communities, such as Lumbee and Enderby, even though they're not part of the so-called area. But, I think there will be advantages to them also in boosting tourism, getting people to know what the North Okanagan is about, and enjoying our weather and all the bounty that we have to offer.
Well, that's tremendous. Is there any kind of a legacy program?
Yes, definitely. There's many legacy components. The most obvious one is that if we manage our budgets right, and is to leave a cash legacy. So if we can do that, then 50% of that money will go to the BC Senior Games. 50% will stay here, so we can distribute it to people that need it to promote health and lifestyle for 55 plus and other sporting type related activities. And then other legacy components, though, including some of the facilities and getting upgrades, bocce courts. We'll be putting in new bocce courts, and other legacy components such as the athletic park, the track and field club will gain more experience and get certification, so that they can start holding more meets, and that's part of the legacy plan. And the other component that a lot of people don't think about is the volunteers. We're going to expand our volunteer database, and one of our goals is with our volunteers is to provide opportunities to expand that database instead of always going to the same people, like dipping into the same well. So we want to get more people involved and then have more people gain experience, and then have more people sharing the duties and responsibilities of organizing events such as the 55 plus games.
Well, tremendous. So here we are in early April. By the end of the month, we're going to be looking at the venues and making sure that all the chairs are in place, including all the events chairs. Anything forecast that has to happen that's monumental or even otherwise for May and June?
Oh, absolutely. One of the next milestones for us is towards the end of May, we're going to have our first progress report meeting, and that's where we do a dry run, if you will. We're going to have all the directors together, and then each director will bring in their team and go through what their duties are and what they've got planned as to what their director will be doing, and then all the other directors sitting there will be able to then say, oh, okay, yes, we're part of that, or this is what we're supplying, and then we get the dialogue going so that we do understand who has to be supporting who. And through doing that, it's basically our first check to make sure that everything's in place. And then subsequent to that, we'll have another one probably in around July, and then we'll have another one mid-August. And that will be our big final check, and that gives us basically a month to make any tweaks, which I don't believe we'll need then, because we have such a great team. But anyhow, it still gives us enough time that if we have to make any tweaks or make any adjustments, we can do that, and then we're very confident at that point that everything's set to go.
Well, it's pretty wonderful that here we are on the 30th anniversary of the games, which actually originated here in Vernon.
That's correct, yeah. So we're going to have a lot of celebrating, a lot of cake to eat. We're looking at somebody to help us out with that, because celebrating Canada's 150th, 30th anniversary of the games here, and City of Vernon Township of Spa Machine, their 125th. So 4 great things to celebrate.
Well, that's tremendous. So thank you very much, Mr. President, and we're looking forward to meeting with you again in the next few weeks, and we'll get another update then.
You betcha.
Thanks so much, Rick.
Okay.
Good. Bye-bye.